vision in Africa.
PACIS TV, ta vie renouvelée en Jésus-Christ.
PACIS TV, the #1 Catholic television.
A very good evening to you and welcome back on PACIS TV English News. My name is Benjamin Kwizera and these are our top stories tonight. Sisters who made their first religious vows over the weekend in the congregation of Franciscan Sisters of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ at Kavumu Parish in KABIRI Diocese have encouraged the young people to look up to consecrated men and women as role models. Prime Minister urges Indangamirwa graduates to uphold the national values and put their training into practice. Dr. Justin Sengyumva made the call on Monday. On Monday, the 10th of August 2026, more than 30,000 liters of ethanol used to manufacture substandard alcohol beverages along with more than 4,000 cartons of illicit and substandard alcohol were destroyed In international news. At least 132 people have been killed and hundreds more injured after a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck Western Colombia on Monday. Well, welcome to our news in the details. This is the news brought to you in partnership with the Credo Hotel, located in Huye district, southern province of Rwanda. In KABIRI, sisters hold their first religious vows over the weekend in the congregation of Franciscan Sisters of Kingdom of Jesus Christ at Kavumu Parish have encouraged young people to look up to consecrated men and women as role models and to remain open to responding to their own vocations. News in details. The first religious profession ceremony for sisters belonging to the congregation of Franciscan Sisters of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ was held during a holy mass over the weekend. The mass was celebrated by the Bishop of KABIRI Diocese, Bishop Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa. Sister Yasente Cyuzuzo and Sister Josiane Iduhamagara were among those who made their first religious vows in the congregation. They encouraged young people to draw inspiration from other consecrated people and to remain attentive to their own vocations. They say that throughout their religious journey, they will be guided by the advice of the Bishop of KABIRI and remain committed to following the guidance of the Holy Spirit. Honestly, we are very happy to have the first religious professions. We thank God to be with us in this journey. And we also keep requesting Him to help us to remain steadfast. In the message of our Bishop, emphasized that we must allow Holy Spirit to guide us and be with the Holy Spirit in every mission. The Bishop of KABIRI Diocese, His Lordship Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa, said consecrated men and women have an important role to play in encouraging young people to discern and embrace religious vocations while also serving as good examples. He further urged the families and religious communities to nurture vocations among children, emphasizing that every vocation has its roots and deserves proper support and guidance. The fruit of calling needs where to live and where to grow. Obviously, it is in the family. We call upon families to be the hub of different Christian callings, and family members must support that calling, from parents, the way they raise their kids, how they train them in a Christian and religious upbringing, and set good examples of Christianity and the missions. In addition to Sister Hyacinthe Cyuzuzo and Sister Josiane Duhamagara, who made their first religious vows, other sisters from congregation of the Franciscan Sisters of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ also made their final religious profession during ceremony. The Prime Minister urges Indangamirwa graduates to uphold national values and put their training into practice. Prime Minister Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva made the call on Monday, the 10th of August 2026, during the closing ceremony of 16th cohort of Itorero Indangamirwa, which had spent 40 days training 769 young men and women at Gabiro Military Training Center. More report. Prime Minister Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva made the call on Monday, the 20th of August 2026, during the closing ceremony of 16th cohort of Itorero Indangamirwa, which had spent 40 days training 769 young men and women at Gabiro Military Training Center. The Prime Minister told the Inhode that completing Itorero should not be regarded as the end of their journey, but rather as the beginning of new responsibilities. He urged them to continue putting into practice the knowledge, values and lessons they acquired during their training at Gabiro. He emphasized that once they leave Itorero and return to their respective responsibilities, their mission is only beginning. He noted that the responsibilities placed on the youth in building the country and safeguarding the achievements already made are not insurmountable, given that they have been provided with a strong foundation on which to build. Prime Minister Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva urged the young people to uphold positive values, including patriotism and commitment to protecting their country. He also encouraged them to maintain the good conduct, avoid temptations, and stay away from behavior that could undermine their dignity and values. He reminded them of the advice given by the President of the Republic of Rwanda during his visit to the trainees on 28th of July 2026, when he encouraged them to maintain good character and play an active role in building the nation. The 16th cohort of Itorero Indangamirwa spent 40 days undergoing various lessons and practical exercise aimed at fostering patriotism, strengthening positive values, and encouraging young people to contribute to Rwanda's development. During the more than 1 month training program, participants attended the lessons on Rwanda's history and national culture. They also received basic training on the use of firearms and self-defense techniques. Some of the graduates said they are determined to uphold patriotism and speak out against those who distort the history of Rwanda. Dushime Eme, one of the participants, said the training taught her important lessons, including the values of being punctual and the importance of looking out for and supporting others. In Musanze district, on Monday, the 10th of August 2026, more than 30,000 liters of ethanol used to manufacture substandard alcoholic beverages, along with more than 4,000 cartons of illicit and substandard alcohol, were destroyed in Busogo sector, Musanze district, in a joint operation involving various authorities. More report. On Monday, the 10th of August 2026, more than 30,000 liters of ethanol used to manufacture substandard alcoholic beverages, along with more than 4,000 cartons of illicit and substandard alcohol, were destroyed in Busogo sector, Musanze district, in a joint operation involving various authorities. The exercise was attended by several officials, including the governor of the Northern Province, senior officers from the Rwanda Defense Forces, Rwanda National Police, and Rwanda Investigation Bureau at the provincial level. The director of Ruhengeri Hospital and the mayor of Musanze district and other government officials and residents. Northern Province Governor Mugabo Gahunde Maurice reminded residents of the dangers associated with consuming substandard alcoholic beverages. He urged them to avoid such drinks and report any remaining stocks to the authorities so that they can be seized and destroyed. He said eliminating these beverages would help prevent many dangers associated with alcohol abuse, including family conflicts, violence, illness, and poverty. The governor further expressed confidence that if people stopped consuming these beverages, the problems they cause would significantly decrease, contributing to improve the development and the overall well-being of residents. He urged citizens to reject such drinks and provide information on where they may still be found so that they can be removed before causing harm to others.
Health authorities report that dozens of people have died after consuming substandard alcoholic beverages, while around 100 others have suffered blindness, with many more experiencing various health complications, including severe illness. The director of Ruhengeri Hospital, Dr. Muhire Philbert, advised people to avoid consuming products that have been identified as substandard because of the serious health consequences they can cause. The Northern Province Policy spokesperson, CIP Inyasi Ngirabakunzi, said that beyond their harmful effects on health and well-being of consumers, substandard alcoholic beverages also contribute to insecurity. He described the beverages as an obstacle to security, development and well-being of citizens and called on the public to reject them. He explained that places where such beverages are consumed often become associated with excessive drinking, which can lead to conflicts, violence and theft. These problems, he said, undermine overall security. He urged everyone to avoid consuming substandard alcoholic beverages and contribute to maintaining the stable and secure environment that the country needs.
In Kigali, Archbishop Fortunatus Nwachukwu, Secretary of Vatican's Dicastery for Evangelization, has called on Christian communicators to place their mission at the service of the gospel. Speaking at Signis World Congress 2026, he urged them to first build a strong human and spiritual identity before seeking to expand their influence in digital spaces. More report.
In Kigali, the Signis World Congress and Delegate Assembly 2026 have brought together priests, religious leaders, journalists and communication professionals from several countries. Among the speakers is Archbishop Fortunatus Nwachukwu, Secretary of Dicastery for Evangelization. During a session focused on digital communication as a tool for promoting cultural harmony and environmental well-being, the Archbishop emphasized the identity and mission of Christian communicators. He said those working in communication should first be disciples before becoming influential voices. In his view, human and spiritual formation must come before the pursuit of influence on digital platforms. Reflecting on Jesus' call to make disciples of all nations, Archbishop Nwachukwu noted that the space for evangelization have evolved. Platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube have become new places where people meet, interact, exchange ideas, and build communities. He therefore stressed that the gospel must also reach these new spaces. Every article, image, or audio-visual production should go beyond simply conveying information. Instead, it should promote communion, inspire people, build bridges, and create opportunities for genuine human encounter. Addressing young communicators in particular, Archbishop Nwachukwu offered a simple message: build your mind before building your platform. He encouraged them to prioritize education, maturity, and inner strength before seeking visibility or influence on social media. The Archbishop also called on communicators to avoid polarization and division and to transform their platforms into spaces for dialogue, understanding, and encounter. He further emphasized that care for creation should also be given an important place in the stories and content produced by communicators. For Archbishop Nwachukwu, the Christian communicator is first and foremost a disciple, a bridge builder, and a witness to the hope of the gospel, called to make God's presence felt in today's rapidly changing digital spaces.
BSF yateguye imurikagurisha mpuzamahanga ku nshuro ya 29 rizabera igikondo mu mujyi wa Kigali kuva ku itariki ya 28 Nyakanga kugeza ku ya 17 Kanama 2026. Ibihugu bigera kuri 20 byose bizaba biri mu rw'imisozi igihumbi. Buri gicuruzwa, service cyangwa kwidagadura wifuza byose bizaba bihari. Imiryango izaba ifunguye buri munsi guhera saa 3 za mu gitondo kugera saa 4 z'ijoro. Kubifuza kumurika kumurika ibyo bakora nababwira iki imiryango irafunguye hamagara 0785 imurikagurisha mpuzamahanga expo uritegurirwa n'urugaga rw'abikorera PSF ifatanyije na Minisiteri y'Ubucuruzi n'Inganda Minicom.
Yemwe ya shuri bose bashaka ni College Fondation Sinagera.
Mama we,
iri ni ishuri ribumbata icyerekezo cy'u Rwanda twifuza kuko ritanga uburezi buhamye mu mashuri y'inshuke, abanza, icyiciro rusange ndetse n'amashami y'imyuga n'ubumenyingiro mu buhinzi, ubworozi, food processing, ubwubatsi, ubukanishi bw'ibinyabiziga, fashion design, gutunganya imisatsi, ububaji n'ubusuderi. Hari n'amasomo y'igihe gito short courses mu mashami yavuzwe haruguru aherekezwa na practice zihagije kuko abanyeshuri bigira mu nganda za Sinagera. Sinagera International Football Academy yigisha abana guhera ku myaka 6 gucunga ruhago sawa sawa, atletism, imbyino nyarwanda no kwiga amategeko y'umuhanda no gutwara ibinyabiziga nabyo biri mu nyongera y'amasomo. Abana biga amashuri y'incuke n'abanza basoza ibyo byiciro bose bazi gutwara igare. Umwana wa segonderi we atahana uruhusa rwo gutwara ibinyabiziga. Witinda kwandikisha umwana ku ishuri kuri Nyirangarama cyangwa ku mashami ya Sinagera Entreprise Urwibutso hose mu gihugu. Ku bindi bisobanuro hamagara 0788355123 cyangwa 0788355999. Twubaka ubukungu bushingiye ku bumenyi.
Bakerarugendo namwe bashyitsi mugenda mu karere ka Muhanga no mu tundi turere two mu ntara y'Amajyepfo n'intara y'Iburengerazuba, namwe mwese mukeneye serivisi za hotel ni muze nimugera mu mujyi wa Muhanga mukomeze gato. Nimugera i Kabgayi murahasanga hoteli yiteguye kubakirana urugwiro. Iyo nta yindi ni Hotel Saint Andre Kabgayi. Hotel Saint Andre Kabgayi tugufitiye serivisi zitandukanye za bar na restaurant kandi zitanga ubuhanga n'icyubahiro ku mukiriya utugana. Tubafitiye kandi imikino itandukanye ifasha abatugana kuruhuka nka piscine wogeramo karuka mu mutwe, imyicungo igezweho abana bidagaduriramo bagataha banezerewe, tennis na table game bakunze kwita biyari, igisoro ndetse na volley ku mucanga bakunze kwita beach volley mukunda muri benshi nayo nitwayibagiwe. Ikindi nuko muri Hotel Saint Andre Kabgayi twakira inama zitandukanye kuko tubafitiye ibyumba byiza by'inama utasanga ahandi byaba bito ndetse n'ibishobora kwakira abantu benshi ariko by'akarusho tukaba tubafasha no gukora inama mukoresha ikoranabuhanga mu gihe mutari kumwe mu cyumba. Kubifuza serivisi za catering Hotel Saint Andre Kabgayi amafunguro n'ibinyobwa tubibagerezaho ku gihe. Tubafitiye ibyumba byiza byagutse biri mu byiciro bitandukanye harimo n'ibyo bakunze kwita suite mu ndimi z'amahanga ndetse byose ukaba ubibona ku giciro cyiza. Muri make ugeze muri Hotel Saint Andre Kabgayi aho yifuza kugaruka kubera uburyo yakiranwe ubwuzu n'icyubahiro utasanga ahandi kuko serivisi tuzitanga kinyamwuga kandi zishingiye ku ndangagaciro za kizizi. Ku bindi bisobanuro waduhamagara kuri telefone ziri kuri ekara yawe cyangwa ukatwandikira unyuze ku mbuga nkoranyambaga zacu zitandukanye. Hotel Saint Andre Kabgayi imfura mu mahoteli mu gutanga serivisi nziza inoze kandi ku gihe.
Nibyo koko sujya wifuza kugura tent wifuza ukabura aho wabariza? Kigali Tent Tech ubu ni igisubizo kuri wowe. Tubakora amatenti y'ubwoko butandukanye mu buryo bwa kinyamwuga bitewe nuko mubyifuza. Tubakora amatenti atwikira imodoka igatandukana n'izuba ndetse n'imvura birinda kwangirika. Tubakora amatenti akoreshwa mu birori bitandukanye nk'ubukwe, inama zitandukanye n'ibindi. Abo mu bukerarugendo namwe Kigali Tent Tech ntitwabibagiwe kuko tubakorera tent nziza zo gukambikamo zijyanye n'imiterere y'ikirere, camping tent. Tubakora kandi amarido meza akoze muri tent arinda amahuhwezi kwinjira mu nyubako, canopy tent n'imitaka myiza yo kwicaramo muri jardin, kuri piscine n'ahandi, amahema atwikira ibicuruzwa n'ububiko bw'amazi buzwi nka water bladder. By'umwihariko kandi tubasanira amahema yangiritse mu buryo bwa kinyamwuga. Kigali Tent Tech dukora Kimisagara hafi na Kiliziya ya Saint Pierre. Ku bisobanuro birambuye waduhamagara cyangwa ukatwandikira kuri 0788914308 cyangwa ugasura imbuga nkoranyambaga zacu Kigali Tent Tech. Kigali Tent Tech, we deliver quality.
Martin Hardware, crafting the future.
Rero ugiye kutubwira impamvu zatumye hitamo kuza gusaba akazi hano?
Bwa mbere nza gusaba akazi hano nari nabitekerejeho mbabarire murakoze mu by'ukuri numvaga mfite ubushobozi ndetse n'ubushake.
So kutiteguye bihagije ni ukutaryama neza. Rwanda Farm, le paradis du matelas.
Ufite Canal Plus, abafite na Netflix. Niho honyine warebera K-pop Demon Hunters ndetse anime y'inyamamare muri iyi minsi. Mu mazi magari, abasare ba One Piece muri season ya 2 baragashya kugeza ku nkombe. The Polygamist mwese mwakukiye imitima, uyireba yicara na karahuri k'amazi hafi aho. The Night Agent season ya 3 nibiturika bidasigwo bihasanze. Kuri Netflix ufite amahitamo y'imyidagaduro y'impande zose z'isi. Netflix iri muri abonema y'ikirenga nta yandi mafaranga wongeyeho. Niba ufite abonema ihutire gukurikiza amabwiriza ubundi ubone igisobanuro cy'uburyohe.
Babivuze ukuri kuwiza imyuga acukubiri n'ubushomeri maze agatangira gukirigita ifaranga. Mu ishuri umushumba mwiza TSS niho honyine wakwiga imyuga ku rwego rwa AD irimo guteka ibizwi nka Food and Beverage Operations, ubudozi cyangwa Fashion Design.
Abashaka kandi kwiga by'igihe gito namwe twabatekerejeho kuko tubigisha gutunganya imisatsi, ubutetsi n'amahoteli. Ushobora no kwiga mu mezi 3, 6 cyangwa umwaka ndetse n'ishami ry'ubuhinzi no gutunganya umusaruro. Nimutugane.
Umuryango umushumba mwiza kandi ubafitiye n'ishuri ribanza ry'ikitegerezo rya Ecole Saint Agnes guhera mu y'inshuke kugeza usoje abanza.
Ngwino wandikisha umwana wawe hakiri kare kuko twatangiye kwandikisha abashaka gutangirana n'umwaka w'amashuri mu kwezi kwa 9.
Ishuri umushumba mwiza TSS na Ecole Saint Agnes aherereye i Remera mu Giporoso ahazwi nko ku Cyamitsingi.
Ku bindi bisobanuro wahamagara kuri nimero mubona kuri ekara zanyu.
Burya inzozi z'umwana zitangirira ni mu ishuri ritanga uburezi bufite ireme. Iryo shuri nta rindi ritari Ecole Saint Agnes.
Ishuri Saint Agnes ubu ryatangiye kwandika abanyeshuri bazaryigamo umwaka w'amashuri wa 2026 2027.
Twakira abana guhera muri maternelle ya mbere, iya kabiri n'iya gatatu ndetse no mu mashuri abanza kuva mu mwaka wa mbere kugeza mu mwaka wa 5.
Muri Ecole Saint Agnes abana bahabwa uburere n'ubumenyi bufite ireme. Akarusho ku mwana wize muri iki kigo kandi nuko abadudubiza icyongereza n'igifaransa.
Kubira ishuri ari ry'abapadiri b'abarogationiste bituma umwana uharerewe akurana indangagaciro za gikristu.
Ushaka kwandikisha umwana wawe tugana Ibwerankori ahazwi nka Kimisange ni mu murenge wa Kigarama mu karere ka Kicukiro. Dukora kuva ku wa mbere kugera ku wa 5 mu masaha ya mbere ya saa 6.
Ku bindi bisobanuro wahamagara kuri telefone ubona kuri ekara yawe.
Tegura hazaza heza h'umwana wawe umujyana muri Ecole Saint Agnes.
Welcome to our international news tonight. Ukraine and Russia have continued striking each other overnight, with Volodymyr Zelensky accusing Moscow of using North Korean missiles. The Ukrainian president said strikes in Zaporizhzhia, which killed at least 6 and injured at least 19 people, involved ballistic missiles from Russia's ally. In Voronezh, in southern Russia, warehouses belonging to the online retailer WARUZIKO were hit by Ukraine. The company, known as Russia's Amazon, has been repeatedly targeted in recent weeks. The attacks come a day after at least 13 people were killed, including 1 child, in Ukrainian drone on the Russian Republic of Trastan. More than 1,100 kilometers, 680 miles from Ukrainian border. In a video addressed on Monday evening, Zelensky said that for the first time, Russia cannot wage war without reinforcement from North Korea. The more North Korea strikes there, While here in Ukraine, in Europe, the more their missiles and soldiers are used, the more they correct their shortcomings and blind spots. Well, from Russia to Colombia, at least 132 people have been killed and 100 more injured after a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck western Colombia on Monday, August the 10th, 2026, triggering widespread destruction and major search and rescue operation. The earthquake struck at around 7:34 a.m. local time, with its epicenter near San Jose del Parman in the Choco department, according to information cited by the U.S. Geological Survey. The powerful tremor was felt across large parts of the country, including Cali, Pereira, Quibdó, and Manizales, while shaking was also reported in neighboring countries such as Ecuador and Panama. Rescue teams have been working through damaged and collapsed building in an urgent effort to locate survivors. Reports indicate that thousands of people remain unaccounted for, while hundreds have suffered injuries. The earthquake caused extensive damage to homes and public infrastructure, with reports indicating that thousands of houses have been affected. Hospitals in some of the hardest hit areas have also faced pressure as they treat large number of injured people. And that story takes us to an end of our news edition tonight. But before we close, let's go back to top stories. In our top stories tonight, sisters who made their first religious vows over the weekend in Congregation of Franciscan Sisters of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ at Kavumu Parish in Kabwe Diocese have encouraged the young people to look up to consecrated men and women as role models. The Rwandan Prime Minister urges Indangamirwa graduates to uphold national values and put their training into practice. Prime Minister Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva made the call on Monday, the 10th of August 2026, during the closing ceremony of the 16th cohort of Itorero in Ndangamirwa. In Musanze district on 10th of August, on Monday, more than 30,000 liters of ethanol used to manufacture substandard alcoholic beverages, along with more than 4,000 cartons of illicit and substandard alcohol, were destroyed in Busogo sector, Musanze district. In international news, at least 132 people have been killed and hundreds more injured after a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck western Colombia on Monday, triggering widespread destruction and a major search and rescue operations. Well, it was a very huge privilege to be with you tonight, and thank you very much for being with PACIS TV. My name is Benjamin Kwizera, and I wish you a fantastic night.